Hello everyone. This is going to be a review of my new Seiko 5 SRP207. Okay. This watch I've had on my wrist for about a week now, and I can honestly say I'm supremely pleased. It's a dive style watch. It features the 4R36 movement in it, which is both hacking and hand winding. It's water resistant to 100 meters, so it's not a true dive spec watch, but it does have the unidirectional rotating bezel as well as you know the famous Seiko lume, which is extremely bright in the nighttime and lasts for quite a while. It does not have a screw down crown, but as it allows for hand winding, and not to mention I don't scuba dive, it being, push pull is fine with me. As you could probably already tell just by changing the angle, there is crystal that is, and I'm assuming it's the same kind of hardlex crystal which is on the case of the watch, or rather the dial. But there's crystal on the numbers of the bezel, which, if you happen to have this watch and are unable in the sunlight or in any kind of strange lighting circumstances unable to see the numbers or the hash marks on the bezel, all you have to do is change the angle a little bit and you can actually see the numbers, very clearly. Plus, it's nice to have, that crystal on top of it. It means that you'll be able to clean it a lot easier as well, and it'll be a lot clearer. And with the hardlex crystal, knowing that it's more shatterproof than sapphire glass is, in my opinion, an added bonus for this price point specifically. The bracelet is a metal solid link bracelet with, unfortunately, hollow. You can probably see right there, hollow end links. But I'm telling you right now, this bracelet I absolutely adore. It is durable, strong. It doesn't rattle, and it feels of very high quality. Additionally, the bracelet is at the point of the lugs, 22 millimeter, which is, I think, very complimentary to the face of the watch and actually gives the bracelet a more hefty feel as opposed to it being thinner. The actual links are quite thin, however, them being solid links, they offer a quite nice feel to them. They are push pin, which, for this price point, that's pretty much where you're going to get across the board. But it does help for, removing links very easily and without incident. The deployment clasp is a fold over clasps like so, as well as push button deployment. So there's added security with the the deployment of the actual bracelet. I can tell you this right now. With most people and talking about Seikos with the metal bracelets, the main gripe is that the metal bracelet feels, in a sense, cheap, or unable to feel secure or breaks off easily. I have absolutely none of those complaints with this bracelet. This is the nicest metal bracelet that I have ever had, and that's saying a lot. And I've had Seiko metal bracelets before, and yeah, they didn't come anywhere close to this one. Now, I'm not saying that this is better than, say a Monster or a Marine Master or, a Grand Seiko bracelet. Obviously, that's ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It's not true. But for this specific price point, I could not be happier, not only with the design of the bracelet, but also with the actual feel of it. And let me get in closer with here. You'll be able to see that, that it's actually, like brushed and then polished as well. which is pretty cool when you take into account, like the price point. Not many watchmakers would go into such detail to give you such a functional bracelet, with these kind of design cues, and this kind of price point. It just doesn't happen. And it's extremely and exceedingly comfortable. I put it on and I almost forget about the watch, to be perfectly honest. And yet you don't, because of the heft of it as well. It rides very well on the wrist. And, the feel of it is just, it feels a lot more expensive than it is. As you can see, it also has a display Hardlex crystal back so that you can see the inner workings of the watch. Let's see if I can get a different view for you. Be able to see the mainspring of this undecorated 4R36 movement. There it is. There we go. It's cool that you can see the rotor. The rotor is very sensitive, so it moves around quite easily, dances around quite easily, which is good because, although it is hacking and hand winding, you know that if you wear it for the recommended 8 hours a day, that it'll be able to, keep its charge throughout the day because, the rotor is as sensitive as it is, translating the movement to actual power for the mechanism. Yeah. Let me see real quick if I can show you the lume that is on this watch. It's daytime, so it might be a little bit difficult, but let me see. Let's see here. There we are. That's a bit of an indication right there as to how bright the lume is. All I'm doing is put my hand around it, and you can see quite clearly that it's glowing even in the daytime, which is pretty impressive when you take into account, I haven't charged it with a flashlight or anything of the sort. It just glows. But that's what Seiko's so well known for. Their Lumibright is, particularly on their divers as well as their diver style watches, is legendary, to say the least. Okay, I'm going to put my phone down real quick and I'm going to give you a quick wrist shot. And yeah, I'm going to pretty much end this video. Oh, I also wanted to speak to the accuracy of the 4R36 movement. Yeah, it's remarkable. Straight out of the box, I've been averaging under 5 seconds a day. Now, I have another Seiko 5 with 4R36 movement in it, which is getting slightly better and more consistent time. However, with the second-hand hacking, it's very simple to correct that. I mean, really all I do is pull the crown, wait a couple of seconds, push it back in, and then boom, it's good for the day. Which isn't necessary, but, I'm a stickler for time, so that's what I do. But, yeah, no, I believe that it actually will settle down more once I wear the watch more often, as this is going to be my quote-unquote daily driver, and the other Seiko 5 will be my, more going out type of watch, or, if I want to change it up a bit, stuff like that. But this is going to be my bang-around watch, and, so I know that I haven't really broken in the movement just yet, but the great thing is that right out of the box, both Seiko 5s have had absolutely no need to be regulated, no need to be cracked open and, tinkered with, nothing of the sort. Simply wear throughout the day, allow it to rest and settle down at night, and it regulates itself. And really, when you're talking about a watch that is, $150 and automatic, you really can't ask for much more. When you're talking about accuracy of within 5 seconds a day, and it's not minus 5 seconds where you have to wait a whole minute and, adjust and blah, blah, blah. It's always running a little fast 5 seconds a day. So it's very easy to simply pull the crown, wait 5 seconds, push the crown back in, and you're ready to go for the, the rest of the day. And regardless of the activity that I've done, the watch always keeps consistent. When it gains, it gains consistently. It's not like one day it gains 5, the next day it gains 20, the next day it gains 3, depending on what I'm doing. It always consistently gains. So I know that once it settles down and I'm able to get it to, a more precise time, it'll remain as consistent as it is right now, because that's what it's doing right out of the box. Okay, so yeah, that's my little spiel about the 4R36 movement, and I'll give you a quick wrist shot, and then that'll be that. Okay, and this is the Seiko 207, SRP207 on the wrist. Now, when this bracelet came, it was a bit large, which is strange because I actually have quite a large wrist. But, like I said, with the push pins, it was quite easy. I took out 2 links, one from each side. That way, the deployment clasp stays nice and even on the bottom of the wrist. And that was it. It was very simple. And it's extremely comfortable. You have the micro adjustment on the side, which is extremely handy. No diver's extension because, once again, as I stated before, it's not a true diver. But honestly, that means no, never mind to me. The micro adjustment is more than adequate. And once I was able to adjust it to be, loose yet secure on the wrist, it is supremely comfortable. And one last wrist shot, and there we go. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and feel free to like and comment on the bottom, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day.